Hi guys, Phoenix here. Today is Friday the 13th. Unlucky for some, but for the lucky few, today's a special day because it is the release of WWE 2K18. Now, it's only released 4 days early for the deluxe edition. A lot of games are starting to do that nowadays where you can pay extra to play 4 days early, or you can just pay regular to play when the official release date is. I'm really not one of those people to do that, but why it's so special because I didn't purchase the deluxe edition. I've got to purchase the collector's edition, the Cena Nuff or Cena Enough, or I don't know. It's a weird way of saying it. I'm just gonna call it the collector's edition. So yeah, I purchased the collector's edition, which basically falls into the deluxe edition, but with a little more features is what I'm going to show you because I'm going to unbox it with you. So yeah, I'll be unboxing that momentarily. And unlike the last one I got the NXT pack for 2K17. I won't be waiting 6 months, as everybody said, to open it. I'll be opening it today. So what's so special about this one, 2K18, is that it's only available on the current gen consoles. It will not be available on the PS3 and Xbox 360. Best guess is that with all the current gen of consoles, developers want to be focusing on pushing their games on that because they're still the future. They're still they're still popular. They're still in production. For example, like PlayStation has just had their PlayStation Pro earlier this year, and Xbox will be releasing their Xbox X next month. I think the 7th, which I've also pre-ordered, so I'll be making another video for that, so watch out for that one. But yeah, so they're currently wanting to focus on the current gen because you can do a lot more with the current gen's technology. And obviously the previous gen has limitations, Xbox 360, PS4, and so PS3, sorry, and so they won't be available on that. So people that are still playing, playing Xbox 360 and PS3 will not be getting it, which means if they want to continue playing the WWE games, they're going to have to upgrade to the current gen, which isn't a bad idea. I mean, there are very different. There's notable differences between the two games. It is very much like you are got two different kind of styles of gaming, and I was on 360 for a lot, so I was playing a lot of 360. A lot of my clan was on 360, and then we moved to Xbox One, and I actually prefer the Xbox One. I think it's so much better, especially with WWE games. I like the fact that there's no hacking, which is one of the most annoying features for me. Anyway, because I'm not much of a hacker. I like to play, legit, and a lot of people like to hack and like to have God mode. And for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, who've only just played the current gen, basically when I say hacking, I mean it's like using a move which basically allows you to just basically control the match. So you put off one move like an RKO, and that move is completely dominating the match. It's not letting you anything else. The opponent's not letting you anything else. But take that until your body turns red, and then they'll use a finisher on you and pin you and win. And it's like so boring. It makes the game not playable. And like, for example, I haven't played it for a while, but there was a point where I went back and played on the Xbox 360, and everybody that you were coming across was just a hacker, and it's like it completely ruins the game. You want to be able to, be able to play, fairly. Okay, not everybody likes to play fairly. Everyone likes to cheat or something, like take a shortcut, but it just makes the game boring. I think to myself, why play a game if that's all you're gonna do? you're not really playing the game. You're just, well, cheating really. You're just not really playing the game. You're just, going on their side and go, oh yeah, hack, 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 hack. I'm so great. And, it's like, you're not really great. You're just taking advantage of a glitch in the system, basically, or something someone's created. And so that's why I would prefer to, stick now to the current gen, because it allows you to actually like get the grips with what you're doing. You get invested a lot more. You have to think a lot more. For example, like especially with WWE games, you only have a set amount of reversals. So, for example, like I like playing with the Undertaker, the American Badass, and you've got like the maximum I think you can get is five reversals, 6 reversals. Undertaker only has 3, but online I still have an undefeated streak because I'm smart enough about when I use those reversals. Whereas back on the previous gen, you would have everybody just going a reversal, counter, counter, counter this, counter that, counter that. It's like it just turns into like a reversal match. And it's like, as fun as it is to be able to counter a lot of things, it does get a little bit boring, and you kind of think to yourself, if you play in the current gen and you like run out of reversals, you kind of want to, you kind of have to think, how do I get out of this? It allows you to have a bit more of a in-game psychology. You have to actually think about what you're doing rather than just like playing it, basically. And the hope is also that because it's on the current gen now, that and only I mean sorry that the 2K have actually like poured enough like heart and soul into the game. So basically they've actually like, because I think that was very much the problem with having the same game on 2 different consoles, that you have to like split down where your attention is focused. For example, like at the start, when 2K17 was released, the previous game, there was a big old problem. There was a pin glitch problem, which means you could just like use 2 moves on somebody, pin them, and then win. And it was over in less than 60 seconds. It's like, it kind of really annoyed a lot of people and created people's like loss record to actually go up ridiculously high, because you're like, yeah, this isn't fun. I mean, eventually they did fix it, but it's the fact that they released the game which was like glitched, like bugged, and people bought that, and it's like a lot of people switched off from it because like, oh, I really felt with this, and they did fix it eventually. I didn't think they would, but they did. But the damage is already done. The damage had been done from the start, and it's kind of like sets yourself up for the rest of the year. It's like, yeah, avoid this game. It's quite, it's bugged. But I'm hoping that now it's just solely on the one, so the current gen, so PS4 and Xbox 360. Xbox One, the wrong gen. Xbox One, yeah. That they just poured a lot into it to make sure it's a playable and fun game, because that's what you want. You want to be. We're paying a lot for this. I mean, for the Cena, well, the collector's edition that I paid is £129. I paid for that. So I want to get the most out of my money. You don't want to be buying games, or especially like if you're getting the pre-orders or you're getting the collector's editions, and then all of a sudden you play the game and it's completely glitched and bugged. It's like, I paid all this for that. You don't want that. You don't want to be part of your money to have a game that they know is glitched. So the hope is that they they've taken their time with this one. They've only got one to focus on. Okay, it might be on different platforms. For example, it's the first WWE game that's coming out on the Switch, which I don't really have a Switch, but if you do have a Switch, I'm guessing it's an exciting thing to know if you're a WWE fan, because like, you will be able to play it practically anywhere you go. I mean, that's the limitations of playing it on the PS and the Xbox, is that we can only play it in our houses. But if you've got a Switch, you can take it practically anywhere and play with it. Train, library. Do people actually go to the library? I don't know, but wherever you are, basically. So we're hoping that because it's on the current gen, that it is going to be a worthwhile playable game. I mean, there's a couple of features that they've included this year. One is that for the career mode, you were able to actually freely roam backstage, which is something you kind of want to do. You kind of want to get into what it's like to be a WWE superstar. I suppose it's not really going to be the same because it's very different. It will be very different in real life. So it's more of a fantasy of what it's like, or what we think it's like. I mean, because you don't see what's behind the curtain, you don't see what's behind, and more likely, what is behind is a lot of technical people, a lot of people, on headsets, a lot of wrestlers standing around waiting to enter, a lot of, there's a lot of technical stuff, and that's more likely not going to be seen in the game. They're not gonna, because that's the boring side. You kind of want an interesting side, so it's gonna be like a previous game. And last time I saw it was, I think, 2K, not 2K, it was before 2K, so it was back when it was THQ. It was SmackDown versus Raw, where you were allowed to freely roam backstage in their story mode. So that's gonna be ideal, because you just don't want to be like, for career mode, you just don't want to go match, promo, match, promo. It's like, it's just like, wooden, stale. It's like, gets boring after a while. You kind of want that ability to roam. Another addition they're adding is that you can actually have 8 superstars in one match. So that will be interesting to find out, because it's good to have, 6 is, a good number to have, but you kind of want to, you want to have a big old brawl, and hopefully you can get those extra matches like possible, like, you can, if you've got 8 people, then maybe you can have a 4 corners tag match. What I mean? That's a big exciting thing to have in the game. Who knows? I mean, one of the features they have added is create a match mode. So how it works out for this one, I mean, they had it in previous games and they brought it on to this one, so we're gonna see how 2K deal with that. I'm not too sure what that entails, but I will, that's what I mean. I don't want to spoil a lot, but it'll be intriguing to find out what kind of matches you can make. And also, they boast about this will be the biggest roster they've had. But then again, they do that with everybody. But we'll see. We'll see how much of the... I mean, I personally didn't want to look at this one. I want to be more surprised. Normally, I would go online and look at the roster, but I would like to be surprised this time about how many superstars they managed to fit onto the game, and how many they've had to drop, and how many they've not included at all. So... But anyways, the creative community is very good at making the ones that don't get included, or the new superstars that were added onto the roster and are too late to add to the game. So we'll see. But anyways, that's enough talking from me. I guess you guys want to see what the box looks like in person, so here it is. Oh, that's one thing I forgot to mention. So, I bought this at game, and when I did buy a game, I got a free Seth Rollins Building the Architect DVD. Now, if you're a Seth Rollins fan, I'm not the biggest Seth Rollins fan. I mean, I do like Seth Rollins, but I wouldn't say I was the overly biggest fan in the world. But apparently it's a 3-disc set, so I think you can buy the complete edition, like online, probably www.shopzone.com. But yeah, so you get that free. It's only like part 1 or the first disc, but intriguing to watch that. I'll give it a watch, see what it's all about. Obviously, it's probably taken off from when they broke up from the Shield, no doubt. But yeah, so I got this free from game, which I was not didn't realize. I don't think I noticed on the website while I was looking up the pre-order, and they didn't mention it when I pre-ordered. They just gave it to me, so I thought, okay, free DVD, one. Here we go. So here is the 2K. Here is the WWE 2K18 Cena Nuff edition. Basically, it's to celebrate 15 years of John Cena's career. I'm not really the biggest John Cena fan. I think at the time I'm very anti John Cena. The guy may be a nice guy in life, but I just can't get behind John Cena. I think there's a big old problem with John Cena, which I'm not going to go into now. I don't think there's a problem. I just think there's a way that he's handled on screen. I think he could be handled a lot differently. But hey ho, he's the most controversial figure in WWE, I suppose. So they've put him on the box, or put his 15 years of fame or WWE tenure on the box. So now it's very different from last year's one. Last year's one was quite square. This one's quite flat. So I'm kind of intrigued to see what is inside. And so without further ado, with my lovely assistant Kimmy here, let's dig in, shall we? So as usual, I'm gonna go from the top. And all I'm going to do is make a small slit right here. There we go. I hope I didn't slice into the box. No, I didn't. Thank you, Kimmy. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so again, try and might need Kimmy again just to help me out. I'm trying not to damage the box. So that's the problem with, like, when you get something new, you just don't want to damage it. A lot of people just tear into it. It's like give it. But you just don't want to, me personally, I don't want to tear into anything. I don't want to destroy the box. I want to have the box for a long time. I mean, my problem is if I've got stuff that I don't really care about, and I've left it on the floor, normally a foot will go through it, so I don't want anything to go through this, So, there we go. So there we go. Plastic is now off. Ooh. It's actually a slide-off one, so let's slide out. That's quite a cool design, actually. I mean, I'll give John Cena credit. Basically, it's completely covered in all those, those Cena logos, like never give up and hustle, loyalty, respect, and you can't see me. See, one wonders why they don't turn those into like some sort of like jacket for John Cena to wear. I guess if you're, a 40-year-old still dressing like an 18-year-old white rapper, that still works apparently. But hey ho. I'm not going to go too much into that because otherwise I could rant on about John Cena for too long. So let's just dig in, shall we? So, opening the top section. See, I'm actually liking this because it was a lot easier. If you saw my previous video, you see how hard it was to get into the box. This one seemed to be a lot more easier. Not tearing the box. That's what I like. So, let's pull out what's in the box. So, first thing I'm going to pull out is the deluxe edition. So, yeah, it is technically the deluxe edition you're getting, but I like to still think of it as the collector's edition. Obviously, the pre-order for this year we learned was Kurt Angle. I think there's 2 playable versions of Kurt Angle. There usually are 2 playable versions of whoever is the pre-order. Obviously, Seth Rollins is the cover model. And the tagline, obviously, is it'd be like no one. I not really quite got that, but hey-ho. Because if you're going to be like no one, then why are you playing the game? You want to be like someone. You want to be like someone in this game, essentially. That's the whole point of buying this game. You're like playing as a WWE superstar, so I don't get why it's be like no one. But hey ho, you guys can probably explain it to me in the comments, so feel free to. So, Okay, let's see what else is in the box. So, a John Cena action figure. Normally last year we got a Finn Balor figure, but this one is an actual WWE figurine. It's the Cena Nuff exclusive, so I think you can't buy. I don't think you can buy this in the shops. Well, I don't know. Possibly there's a barcode on it. Got that. There's a barcode on it. So one of the things you might be able to buy in the shops. Who knows? But as far as I know, you can't. So that's a John Cena figurine, which I'll be throwing against the wall when I get fed up with playing. I'm kidding. What else is in it? Oh! So you can actually slide out. I didn't realise that. So you actually slide out the inside of it. I think this one's actually done. This design's actually been pretty well done. The box one for last year, I think it was a little bit, pushed together and complicated, but I do like the way they've done this now. It's making it a lot easier. So what have they got? So we have. I had to offer you exclusive super card. So this is for the super card. So this is for the super card game. Not for that. Put that link. In case you decide to scan it, you won't be able to. But there you go. This is for the super card game. If you guys play the super card game, I don't really. I play WWE Champions. But if you do, you were able to get a limited John Cena card, Rob Van Dam card, Batista, and Cena Nuff card pack. So if you play that, it's an advantage. I don't think that was really that advertised. Aha! So, can I put something else in here? What is in? As you can see, I'm trying to undo that. Ooh. Oh, this is nice. It's very well done, as opposed to last year's. Last year's was in a set of like super cards. So this is a piece of, it's a really tiny piece. A piece of the ring cameras from the WWE Royal Rumble 2017, so where John Cena won his 16th World Championship, I think, possibly. So yeah, so this is part of the teeny tiny part of the ring mat right there. Well worth that. Definitely. Obviously, I can't touch it, so can't actually feel what the ring looks like. Yeah, and so I think that was it. What else was supposed to be included in this? Is that everything in the box? Must be everything in the box. It was supposed to include the season pass, but I don't see that anywhere in here, unfortunately. Maybe it's actually inside the game. It could be possibly inside here. They usually put stuff inside the game. So, because I do want to show you guys that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it just to see. If not, I'm going to end up going back and complaining. Right. So, let me get my lovely assistant Kimmy out. So I'm going to need her to go in there. Because last year it was all included in the box. But obviously this year it's not. So I'm going to open it up and see if it's inside. Which would make sense. Because you don't want people just opening the box and taking what they want out. So let's open it up. Deluxe edition pack. Yes, it is inside. Worrying there for a second that I bought it and it just didn't include it. Being Friday the 13th, that would probably be my unlucky thing of the day, but it's not. So yes, so inside the deluxe edition, so keep me away, is the pre-orders of WWE. So you get two versions of Kurt Angle, as you can see, one with hair, one without hair, before and after. And you also get your pre-orders, which are two versions of John Cena, celebrating his 15 years, although John Cena pretty looks the same throughout his career, so I don't know why they need to include two. No one's really going to notice. Anyway, and the special features, special characters that have been added are Rob Van Dam, Mr. RVD, Mr. whatever night, Monday night, Tuesday night, whatever, and Batista. So these are two people that John Cena has famously gone up against. Those of you that know the history of WWE know exactly when and what I'm talking about. But yep, so that is it. So what did I get in this one? So I got a nice piece of the ring mat, which I will put up somewhere actually. John Cena action figure. I'll probably keep him in that because I got real no need to get John Cena out and play with him. That's Nikki though. And obviously the game, and obviously the special pre-orders. I mean, that's why you get pre-orders. Sorry, my device went crazy for a second. And I'm sure I had something else. Oh yes, the extra super cards for the WWE mobile game. Super card. If you play that, I don't play that really. And yeah, that is about it. That is it. So that was the unboxing of WWE 2K18 for the Xbox One. So I'm going to now play that and install that and see if it's actually any good, if the hype lives up. I mean, they've as I said, they've talked about changing my career and having a bigger roster, but we'll see. So there we go. Hope you enjoyed that, and I know I did. It was probably enjoyable for me. I feel I need to actually take a shower now, but you know. But yeah, so yeah, if you do see me online, my game tag is RRK Phoenix. Do feel free to message me. Do feel free to message me. Do feel free to even play against me or play with me. And speaking of playing online, my clan, which is RRK, which stands for Royal Ruthless Kings, are recruiting. So if anybody out there wants to be part of our clan, it's a legit clan. There's not many of us right now. That's why we're looking for new members. We're looking for people who actively play. I mean, you have to play every day, 24/7. But we were looking to like do things as a group for like do 6-on-6 or elimination chambers or possibly 8. Who knows with this game, but. We're looking for people who kind of like playing the same kind of games we do. And we play a lot of WWE together, and there are other games we play as well. For example, like Overwatch. All three of us are very into that. It's a very good game. I thoroughly recommend it if you haven't played it. Look it up. It's very good. And plus, we kind of want an RRK group for Overwatch. So if you do play that game, do hit us up. We'll see if you're any good. See if you want to join us. We play GTA as well. There's specifically on the Xbox One, because obviously a lot more to do now in GTA, because the GTA world is expanding. So there's a lot more to do, just missions. And you know, hit us up. We like doing races. We like doing online missions. We like doing heists. So if you're an avid player of that, or the other guys like playing Dragon Ball Z, not too big of a fan, but I'm very big on speedrunners, so you know, if you do happen to have that game, I think it's a very good game. It's very cutthroat game, and we kind of like being cutthroat. So yeah, so yeah, do hit any of us up. So I'll post the gamer tags in the description. As I said, I'm RRK Phoenix on the Xbox community. The other clan leaders are RRK Buddytiger and RRK Logistic. So yeah, do hit us up if you want to join, or if you want to think about playing with a few guys. So yeah, that's everything. So I hope you enjoyed this. Leave some comments in the comments section. Tell me how well or how crap you think I done. It's up to you. Any comment is a good comment. And so yeah, hit me up online on the Xbox, or even at my Twitter at Phoenix_is_real. So I will have a good, lucky Friday the 13th, and if not, have a unlucky Friday the 13th. I'm the Phoenix, and I'll see you guys later.